Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check real quick. I know you can't see me. I just want to make sure we got the mic check. Heard? Your boys reporting live from SoFi. Hey. We getting it. We getting it. We live from SoFi. This is stocks for real. We at SoFi, baby. Hey, where's my SoFi OGs at? Let's get it. All right. I'm tired. This is me overtired. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Hold on, let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. All right. Back to the original scheduled program. All right. So I'm chilling. We're gonna get into some rapid fire chart analysis. But I want to make sure that I got everything set. What's up, Nero? What's up, Lisa? How we doing? What's up, Games? All right. So we got stuff going on. And hold up. I'm probably gonna set this screen up for a chart. So I have multiple things going on real quick. Yeah. All right. So tonight, I'm not here to waste no time. I was going to hold on, I'm sorry about this. 1 second. Come on, y'all. All right. So I was going to do a whole SoFi, and I need a haircut. I was gonna do a whole SoFi video, right? But it was a busy day for your boy. It's been a busy couple weeks. So being able to sit down, edit, all that stuff is just too much right now. So what did I decide to do? To save me time and just to give it to y'all straight. We're just gonna talk about it for a little bit. Excuse my face. I gotta get my barber in here, and I don't feel like shaving myself. So, so we're gonna talk a little bit about the charts on SoFi, right? And then we're gonna get into the rapid fire analysis, all right? To which I will have this timer, right? And I will start the timer, and we'll go for 15 minutes, and then we're going to get the heck out of here and be on with our merry days and nights, right? So before I get into anything, right? Do we have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns? Please be thinking about particular stocks of interest because, hold up. Because once that timer starts, I'm looking for tickers, right? I'm looking for the tickers right away, so we can kind of just get to the analysis, right? So please be thinking about the tickers that you're interested in, and we'll go from there. And hold up. Right now, I'm just getting a link together. I'm gonna share a link because every time, somewhere in the middle of everything, someone asks me for the membership link or they're interested in becoming members. So I'm just going to share that right now. Copy. And then we're going to put it in here and pin it to the top. All right. Let me know if you have any issues with that. Let me pin to the top. Going through the initial motions, all right? So I don't get a lot of super chats. It is what it is. I don't do this for super chats. However, I like goals and I like targets. So I'm going to put a goal up here. And if we hit the goal, then I'll do 2 more rapid fire analysis this week. This wasn't supposed to happen until Thursday. So I'm doing it today. I'll do it on Tuesday because we got data coming out, and you know um, the earnings is starting to kick in, and then I'll do it on Thursday as well. So that would be my game plan for this. All right. So we'll do 2 more rapid fire analysis. Public. All right. So that's my goal. So let me take a look at the chat. What's up, Straight? Thanks. Had bought the identical SoFi call when you posted today. Shout out to you. SCHD and ARR goodbye zones. All right. Are you asking a question or are you just informing the family, Chef? Let me know. All right. And have a PLTR 120 call expires 5/2. All right. What's up, total? All right. So essentially, let me know if these are questions and if this is something that you're trying to get me to lock into. All right. But I'm going to start a timer and then I'm going to read off the tickers, and the priority will always be Discord members first. What up, Chef? Hey, I appreciate it. My first super chat of the night. Shout out to you, big dog. I'm losing my light. It is what it is. My light is gone. I'm going to need to charge that up. But this will do. Give me one moment. I'm going to make a light correction. When I tell y'all this graphics card is just, it's the business, I'm pretty happy about it. Alright, hopefully I don't look weird. Alright. Alright. So, thank you so much, Chef. Real talk, dude. I really appreciate that. $5 super chat. Okay, so, quick 2-minute rundown on SoFi, right? Okay, got it. Rundowns on SoFi. So, essentially, you already should know what SoFi is, right? SoFi is a bank and a tech company, essentially. I'm not going to go into the details because I got 26 videos to talk about SoFi. So if you're looking for SoFi, like details and more in-depth chart analysis from start to finish, then take a look at the playlist that's called SoFi, right? That being said, we got earnings tomorrow. They made a couple big waves leading into the today, towards the end of the quarter, right? That benefits their lending segment, and then they've also consistently have shown member growth, and they are letting it be known prior to earnings. So I believe last time I checked, we were about 11 million. So, and I suspect that number to be more tomorrow. Now, here's the thing with SoFi. I'm gonna pull up the charts pretty soon. We're gonna hit on SoFi, and then the timer will start for the 15-minute chart analysis after I'm done talking about SoFi. But essentially, every time SoFi earnings happens, either two things happens. Typically, it'll run up before the earnings and then pull all the way back, or it'll just take off like a rocket. Now, because of how we're set up right now, man, it's been pretty tough. Like, I'm not overly optimistic on an absolute rocket, mainly because of the macro conditions and the data we have coming out this week. So, you know, the fundamentals of the company I think will be there, but the guidance is typically real soft, and it was set to be soft for the entirety of 2025. So, what we'd like to see is for SoFi to get a little bit more aggressive and you know, just put it on the table. You know what I mean? Just let them know, like, it's time, right? Because there's nothing really that should be holding them back. And at this point, they're just kind of getting their own way. I get it. They have goals to hit. They're on track to hit those goals, and they're just doing it, you know, one base hit at a time. So, but they're making major moves and just keeping everything kind of close to the chest for the most part. They need to work on their application. They need to work on integration of their own technology into their software for the consumer. All that needs to be fixed. They need to add crypto back to their platform to bring in members. Now, the only other thing to add to that is one thing that brought a little fear to me was when Robinhood announced that they would now be offering banking services, right? Now, when I looked more into it, Robinhood is pretty much the middleman, right? Robinhood isn't officially a bank. They're essentially using another bank to do banking stuff through Robinhood, right? So it's not the same thing. But nonetheless, people like convenience. People like Robinhood because of how easy it is to use, and everything just kind of works, and it's very like elementary for the most part. It's not overly complicated. Um, so they're steadily making moves. Robinhood also has earnings this week, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe that's a Wednesday, which I do think they're likely going to crush it, just because of the last couple of presentations that I watched on them alone. Do your own research. Do what you got to do. When I play earnings, it's a moon or zero. So I think we bet a total of like $47. I played the up and the downside because I'm suspecting for SoFi to pull back. So I'll take care of my put options and then take off. Now, the only downside to how I moved with that play is that I didn't give myself much of a breathing room because, it's a weekly, so it expires this Friday. It is what it is. The reason why I was more comfortable with a shorter term contract was because of all of the data and all of the earnings that is coming out right now this week. So this is a big market pump or dump type of situation, and I just got skin in the game. In times past, you guys seen me put 5 stacks into a SoFi call option and took off. I'm not doing that because I'm just not. I've sold a good amount of my SoFi position, and once we were hitting that $18 range, I had 3,000 shares in one account. I sold about 2,000 of those shares, no lie. But that's because I wanted to diversify a little bit more, spread it out a little bit, because this SoFi wave has been it's been a long time. So, will I regret it? Maybe, but I'm actually pretty comfortable and happy that I'm well diversified in my portfolio, more so than I ever have been. So, um, shout out to all those that are SoFi investors that are holding, and shout out to those that are trying to make a dollar off of SoFi. So, we're gonna look at it tomorrow. We're gonna go into the plays today, so we're prepared to play them tomorrow. Okay. All right. Let me read some comments, and then I'm gonna start the timer, and we're gonna get into it. So, asking good buy zones for those. Okay, Chef. When I start the timer, man, you're gonna have to. If it falls off the screen, just let me know. You know what? You'll be the first person I do. So SCHD and ARR. I won't forget. All right. So comments. Looks fine. Thanks. Sometimes I think I'm a little washed out, but my screen is different. I got like 3 different monitors here, so who knows? Straightforward says SoFi had crypto and then forced everyone to sell and shut it down. Yeah, which cost me a lot because prices were down when they did the forced sales. Yep, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust a company when that happens. A lot of the crypto stuff though with SoFi had all to do with regulation, and they were trying. There was a lot of government stuff that was happening with the crypto at the time, and SoFi just didn't want to get caught, you know, holding the bag. Um, we still have this universal cryptocurrency that they're talking about. That's kind of swept under the rug, but who knows, right? But it's a thing when regulators get involved, banks and whoever that's holding crypto kind of get scared, especially if you're new in the space like SoFi. So I don't blame them for pulling out, but it is what it is. Christopher, do you still believe SoFi is a $25? Absolutely. I 100% believe that SoFi is a $25 stock. All right. I think it's worth that right now, today. Okay. So, that being said, I picked up this thing. It's pretty cool. It goes on your desk. It keeps me in check when I'm trading, right? So I'll set a timer for myself if I'm in the middle of a trade, and I might give myself 5 minutes. And at 5 minutes, I might need to reevaluate and make that decision and say either I'm in it or I'm out. Is my play valid or is it invalidated, right? Is it still alive or is it dead? That's essentially what this timer tells me, and it kind of like brings me back to reality, because sometimes we're looking at these charts and we're into play, and something we get hopeful, we get all these things, all these emotions. This buzzer goes off and it's a wrap. It pulls me out of the matrix, and it has me looking into reality. All right. So, without further ado, timer, stop. Now, let's get it. Oh, actually, pause. No timer because we got SoFi first, and then we're gonna get it. So let's switch over. And do I like that or do I like that? I like that. All right. So we're looking at the SoFi chart. I pulled up the weekly to start. Okay. And the reason is because I want people to see what's going on. I love what I see, to be honest. Right. So a couple things with SoFi. One, we had this neckline that we are either above or below, which is 1339. If you see my old charts, which I have other charts in other brackets, whatever, you'll know that pretty much above this level, I'm looking for leap options. Right below this level, I'm probably looking at shorting. So that's kind of what we're playing. It's like this dance between around this level right now. Okay, we hit it, we wicked, right? We run up, but we wicked thin. Yep, we thinned out. We hit our peak at 18, and then we came crashing right back down. So anyway, that's obvious. But let's talk about where we're going. This is the line. If you are not in a SoFi play right now, then I am looking for support above 1339 before I am to enter a position towards the long, towards the upside, right? If we reject, right here, then of course, right, you have the opportunity to short. But just know that the moment we cross 1339, your play is invalidated. Okay, I'm just saying. But this is pretty bullish for the most part. Well, it feels pretty bullish. We're above the EMAs. We're approaching this key level. All we need to do is crush earnings and not get, this manipulative sell-off. All right. So that's what I see. A couple things though. This right here, price is going down, right? But volume's going up, which tells me that the bears were still alive during this entire trend. Okay, so I'm not really sold yet on SoFi breaking this, which makes sense because as we're approaching this level, we're losing some value, right? So tomorrow is a big key indicator of whether or not we're going to be bullish or bears. If we're above 1339, let's look for leap call options. And I'm thinking January 2026, and I'm thinking $15 to $18 leap options. Okay, so does that make sense? This isn't for me to go over, here are all your take profit targets or whatnot. But essentially, if we do break above this, I would be aiming towards, this week high right here at 1713. All right. So just so you know, there's more to it. I'm not gonna dive into it too much. I mean, I can zoom in real quick so you can see how we're reacting. And I have not seen the aftermarket hours yet either. Okay. Yeah, we even have supply right at this level too, so it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Okay, so let me take a drink, and we're gonna kick it into high gear. Let me know if you have any questions on SoFi. Pretty easy, right? Broke a downtrend too. Now, before I get off of this, just by drawing that line, right? Come on, work faster. I need a new mouse. So we got all this, but we're gonna hit this resistance. But guess what? Typically, when you break a structure, right? When you break, like this descending channel, right? You typically retest this descending line of previous resistance to become support. Will that happen? I don't know, but you typically get a massive manipulative move on SoFi before it takes off. All right, so I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna start the timer, and we're gonna get going. Meta. Okay, what's up, Daryl? Hey, shout out to Naples. Stay safe. Hopefully the weather's good today. We might get a tornado today, but hopefully that doesn't happen. In Wisconsin, So can you do one on PLTR for this week or SPY? Thank you, buddy. I know you're tired. It is what it is. 1349 target, 2 right. Yep, let's get it. All right, so going. All right, first one was by my boy Chef, and Chef said we should look at SCHD. All right, so we looked at this before, my guy, right? But whoa, holy crap, we fell out of this zone, out of this ascending chart. So we're gonna clear this up, remove drawings, and start fresh. So first thing I see is we have a gap, and it looks like we're approaching this this opening gap that's right here. Okay, so essentially, man, like I'm not looking to do anything with this stock as far as making a call or a put until I see what happens here at 26. What is this? 26, 28. Okay, at this level, typically what you see is when you have a gap like that, you run back up to retest it just to be rejected, right? So we need to figure out if we're gonna pull through or get rejected here at this level. So that's the level I'd be watching for if I were you. Okay. Besides that, right, this is a trading zone. Okay, so if it pulls back and it pulls below 25.44, 25.39, then you're in another trading zone, in my opinion, and you're pretty much gonna probably dance in this region. All right, I'm not going over levels or whatever, but this is the quick fire. It is key level 26.28. Watch for resistance. If we break above and find support at 26.72, then we're more likely to run up. But also watch for 27.20 because that's the 200-day EMA. The next one he says ARR. I'm doing 2 for my boy because he gave me a $5 super chat, so I appreciate you. All right, so let's go here. ARR. I don't know anything about the company, so I can't speak to that. But I do see that we're trading between the 50 and the 200 EMA. I don't rely on EMAs too often for my analysis, but I kind of gotta. This is a weird stock. I gotta go out to the weekly. All right, so wow, what is this stock? This is kind of gross. So we got what I call like a no trade zone. So put my box edge there, no trade zone, and then let's see what's going on down here. So down here you have an imbalance or a demand, which is solid. Yep, you got demand, which if you identified this before, you probably would have seen this as an opportunity to hop into a call, and you could have played it pretty solid. And now you have a setup where you have demand and an imbalance, so you're looking good towards the upside, but you're running into the 21 EMA on the weekly. Okay, so that's right in line with my box edge or no trade zone, right? So we're probably gonna come to retest this 1779. If we pump through this, then what you're looking for is the pump through. Oh man, this is not. I need a new mouse. All right, the pump through, retest this level, right, before it continues up, and then it's probably going to trade sideways in this area before it goes to retouch this top. Now this is a key level of resistance, right? So, but it's a weak high. So what you want, if you're bullish on this stock, you want this to break this level at 20.45. And if you can break and find clear support above it, then you're off to the races, my guy. And then, you know, sky's the limit. I'm not going beyond that. All right, so what's next on the list? You got to keep it rolling. I got 10 minutes left on the clock, and I'm running pretty slow. Slower than usual, and I know your boy's tired. Thank you so much, Kiko. I appreciate the super chat. All right, if you guys are interested in becoming members, then it's link at the top. Also, I'm at KGU, so Kenny Grace's Discord. You can find me over there with the rest of the Crown members. So what's next on the list? We got NVIDIA. Oh, nope, Meta. I have if you are a Discord member, you get priority on these calls. All right, man, Meta. We had some opportunities. These are all my levels. I was like, We need to break all these barriers for me to want to hop in. But let's take a look. We're still on the weekly. So, looking at this right now, okay. So, Meta, I hate when I have green selected. And I'm bringing that up. Okay, so this makes total sense. Meta is pretty easy. Okay, so essentially, right now we're trading between the 50 and the 200 EMA. I'm not really worried about this so much, but we are consolidated a little bit here, trading choppy. But when I see stuff like this, I'm assuming that this is going to be pretty bullish. And all we need to do is get confirmation above 549. Now we are looking at the weekly, so let's just zoom in and see near term how we're looking. All right. So I'm at the 65 minute. Let's see if we can find a trade. All right, so we got demand, we got imbalance, but we failed to hold this position. This is great, right? When I see this, even though it pulled back, I could have told you that this is pretty weak, right? But so this wasn't going to continue. And now we have gaps and we're going towards the upside, but that's also not very strong as of right now. So I'm not sold. God dang. 1 second. Okay. So on a closer time frame, I gotta pause, right? On a closer time frame where we approach the 200 EMA, right? We reject it, but we got some white soldiers, you know, headed up. All we need to do is confirm above 549.15, and then if you see bullish momentum like we see right here, headed into or towards this 200 day, then I say the sky's the limit and we're headed to the next target of 574, roughly. Okay, but I'm not gonna get into much more than that. Let's see. NVDA. Hey, all love, big dog. Thank you, Chef. I appreciate you. NVIDIA. Yeah, we've been playing NVIDIA like a fiddle, right? So essentially, I already drew this up, and I know it looks like chicken scratch because if you weren't here, you're like, man, what the hell am I looking at, right? But a couple things you need to identify right now on this chart. I'll clear it, but essentially, one, we have a double bottom near, and we're back into this descending channel. It's huge, but this what I drew up right here is how I said NVIDIA would trade, and it's pretty much falling in line once it came back up here. I'm gonna clear this up though. So essentially, I'm looking at calls if we were to bounce at, what is this, 105.76, which we did right here. Hopefully my screen is easy to see. Actually, you know what? It probably isn't. I'm probably gonna add a little bit more time to this because things were small. Okay, but this is our demand zone. Demand is where the buyers live. Okay, so we came back, we kind of retested, right, and now we're headed up to retest the 200 EMA. But I'm gonna clear some stuff up so we can get a better visual, because I like NVIDIA. I like playing NVIDIA. Alright, so if all holds well with NVIDIA, then I have us headed to 114.51. Okay, we had a higher, lower highs and lower lows, and then we just broke trend right here. Okay, so all we need to do is break this structure, this downtrend, which we already have, right? And we're about to do it again. So this is looking pretty bullish for as long as we can stay above 106. What is this? 106.91, 105, or 105.77. Okay. If we pull back to that level, I would watch for volume to slow or reduce, right? Lower. And then look for price action for the reversal towards the upside. That's kind of how I'm looking at this. Okay. So one more thing I want to do right now is draw this. So this is volume decreasing, and then that would be to here. So, and then hold on, I'm just taking a quick peek because I might play NVIDIA. So yeah, this is weird because now this is a contradiction too. Volume's decreasing, prices increasing. So you just got to pay attention and make sure that we rocking this level. I'm gonna delete this and just keep my chart clear so I'm ready to go tomorrow. Okay. Apple AAPL. Apple. So Apple right now is at a point, a crossroads in my opinion. I've been waiting for Apple to cross this middle line of my ascending channel and find support, which would be above the 200-day EMA of 208.47. Okay, so we're getting above there, which is great, but our volume is decreasing on the upside. This wick, these candles, those are not strong. Those do not make me comfortable. On top of that, we know there's a lot of selling pressure here, so I'm not really a fan of Apple right now. Okay, like seeing this is suspect. Okay, it's suspect. So here's my deal. If we break above this level, so if we can clear this level of 210.07 and find support and bullish momentum, then great. Then I can see us headed to 219.19. Okay, that would be my max take profit target on Apple. Okay, at the very end of it all, we see imbalance, we see demand, and we see an increase in value. But all of this is gross, in my opinion. But the bulls are definitely more in control than the bears. So this just tells me that they're waiting on data, and we'll see what happens. But it is what it is. Hopefully that helps. We got to get in this zone. Okay, Apple's good. Hold up. When I see something I like, I put an alert on it. So I'm putting an alert here, and I'm putting an alert here. And I'm gonna say, consider Apple crossing. Consider calls to 219.19, which would also with strike price of 217. All right. So that's what I'm doing for myself on spot on Apple. All right. Next one. What spot? All right. Spot. My alarm has not gone off, so we're rolling. All right. So spot did a double. It looks like a double bottom, right? Like textbook. And we're doing a little retracement here, and we got to see what happens. But it looks like it could be set up for a nice bull, like a bull move, but it's rejected at this shelf. Okay. I mean, right now it has not been a double bottom has not been validated. So a bullish move towards the upside has not been validated. So let me get my stuff together. All right. Where am I? Here we go. All right. Spot. I don't know what spot is, but essentially, I mean, as you see it, right? You're in an ascending channel, but you just had this huge engulfing bearish bar at a key level, right? At a neckline that was formed to a potential double top. So if you were looking at getting at calls in this and then you hopped in, the moment that we cross back below this level, the play is invalidated. But we're at the bottom of an ascending line of support. So now what we're doing is waiting to see how we react to this line. And I would pretty much zoom in to a shorter time frame and then wait for price action to tell me that we're looking at a potential reversal. But as of right now, I mean, you see what I see, right? It's looking pretty bearish. We got selling volume increasing, right, as we're coming down. So if this thing falls through, then be patient, wait for the retracement to retest the ascending line of previous support, then resistance, and then it's likely to come down and retest this gap at 581.84. Okay, more than likely. Right, so that would be that level, and then yeah, otherwise price action. And then once you break up, if it does go up, this is your take profit target of 620.56 if you're being greedy and you gave yourself enough time. But watch for rejection. If we don't get across this, then we're screwed. Like, that's not gonna happen. All right, what else do I got? 11 seconds. Is this helpful, everybody? Please let me know. Yep, there we go. Whoop, there it is. All right. No volume, you mean? I don't know what you mean, but this is volume. So, as price is coming down, volume's going up, right? So volume's increasing, right? So this is something to be careful of, because this tells you that there's a potential for continuation to the downside, because sellers are still in control. All right. So hey, if you can appreciate this and you like it, then I mean, I didn't hit my super chat goal. It is what it is. Thank you guys for participating anyway. I still will do the Thursday 15 the 15-minute rapid fire analysis, and see what we can do. We already know that we got data coming up tomorrow, and then we got earnings with several big blue chip stock companies. So I have to do more than one, because we got to be on top of the place, and I want to take care of everybody the best I can. Just give you a different perspective, right? So I think that's all I got. I will sit here I got to respect my time and yours. I'll sit here for 5 minutes, right? And then I'll answer any questions that you have. The super chat goal was 10 super chats, and it didn't matter if it was $1 or $50. It was more the volume. But you give me a super chat, Kiko. If that's what you're trying to accomplish, then I'll do 2 more rapid fire analysis this week instead of 1. But I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Hey, baby, your sound is crazy right now. My sound is crazy? That's my wife, which I gotta make her an admin. How do I do that? Oh, baby, they let me put you in timeout? No, here, add a moderator. Can review and remove chats. My voice? Oh, I don't know. I hate when that happens. I probably sound like a chipmunk or something. I can't control it. I'll have to fix it. Let's go with... Hold up. I'm gonna answer some questions, but give me a minute. Let's see if I can fix my audio. All right, I can turn on something called studio voice. All right, y'all about to hear my radio voice real quick. Let's see if it works out. All right, can y'all hear me? Do I sound different? Do I? Hey. Hey, if y'all been around for a while, y'all heard of King and Grace Radio. This is Dr. Rel Radio now. My camera don't die. I have it directly plugged in. I gotta do it. All right. Hey, shout out to you, Kiko. I appreciate the super chat, big dog. Thank you so much. Sounds like I'm 14. There you go. Yeah. Hey, this graphics card is dope. It just fixed it with a button. Thank you. Better. Now you sound like a big dog. Hey, let's go. Y'all had me sounding like a chipmunk the whole time. Y'all some no judging people. y'all just gonna let me talk. That ain't right. Y'all just gonna let real talk. All right. Hey, hey. You know what time it is. We were in a chat talking about Ray's Boom Boom Room. That was funny. All right, hold up. Did you cover so far? Yes, I did. So, hey, at the end of the video, you will be able to run it back. Okay, this is a public one. These 15-minute rapid fire analysis are typically for members only. I make it public, but the chat typically is open for just the members. But I've been so removed because I've been busy. I'm just doing a couple public ones just to, get my feet wet, and then like just get my brain going, and then also take care of the community the best I can. All right. Info was A1. Let's go. So we let you ride. Hey, all love. You just let me ride. All right. I got 1 minute left on my timer. Any questions? Any questions? You want AVGL? I was done with charts. All right. I'll do one more. I'll do the chart for you. Oh, okay. You're done. Double top, AVGO, battery company, right? Yeah, I ain't having it. Do I see them pumping? No. Will they? They very well could. But, I mean, they got an engulfing bullish bar. We're approaching the key level, but we're at a 21-day EMA. So, essentially, this is where you're at with AVGL. You got to get above 193.21. Hold on. I'm thinking about this is Broadcom. My bad. This is a telecommunication company. I'm thinking about EVGL. But yeah. Yep. This is your level. Above it, bullish. Below it, bearish. Right? Take a look. As prices going down, what's going on with volume? Well, volume's going up. I don't see enough bullish move going on right now on the weekly. Let's zoom into the 65 minute. We broke, let's see here. On a lower time frame, we broke this technical uptrend and we started a new uptrend, right? So we're seeing higher highs and higher lows, right? But because we're at a key level, everything works in threes, in my opinion. So we have another touch to come before we either take off or we trade within this pattern, which this right here is a technical pattern, and I forgot what it's called. Give me a minute, because I keep a cheat sheet. In the Army, they say if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So that is, do I do that right? Yeah, that's an ascending triangle. Yep. There's an ascending triangle, which is a neutral position. So when you see this, you're looking for a breakout. Now, I want you to be careful with this stock, because when you get a breakout on something like this, let me get rid of this one. When you get this breakout, what it likes to do, it likes to break out and then come back through. It won't go this high, but I'm just letting you know, be careful. Whichever direction it decides to go, it's going to go the opposite. Let me just get rid of this one. He's gonna do one of the two, okay? Just know. Hey, what you trying to give me? Take my shirt off, baby. Hold up. Stop giving me super chats. my wife throwing me dollars. All right. One last thing. I gotta do this, and we about to go. But y'all gotta know, if SoFi hitting tomorrow, and we live at SoFi, baby. We live at SoFi. Hey. We live at SoFi. Yep. We turning up. We going right to the stadium. We taking all of our shares. we going to a game. All right. I'm not funny. Hold up. I think I'm good. I think I answered all the questions. Yeah, I think I answered all the questions. So, hey, everybody, I appreciate you being here. What is that? Oh, likes. Okay. I appreciate y'all being here. And I will be tuning in to, Tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, my bad. I have a schedule. Your boy got a schedule. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to probably go live and break down the SoFi play, rather good, bad, or ugly. Okay. Wednesday is a deep dive educational live stream for the Discord. I don't know if it's for the Megalodons or if it's for the entire Discord. I gotta double check that. By the way, if you are in the Discord and you are a Megalodon, you'll still get the deep dives, but I'm considering opening that up to the anglers as well, because technically the anglers was the top tier until we created the Megalodons for various reasons. So with the education piece of it, I think I want to include the anglers as well, but we will see. Time will tell. But yeah. And then Thursday we have another rapid fire analysis, just so y'all know. And that will be the week. And then anglers and Megalodons Sunday, we're gonna do our monthly strategy, our live market analysis and strategy for the entire month. Okay, so that's what we got going down. If you guys want to be a part of it, then consider pressing the link at the top. That is the link to the to the members for YouTube, and you would look to the membership tab on YouTube in order to access the Discord. The Discord is private. You can't search for it. It'll never be public as of right now. So, without further ado, this is Stocks for Real. Y'all have a good night. Take care.